Designs. Today I want to recreate Rupaul's purple, blue, and black tulle gown, and I'm going to be putting it on the Rupaul Skullector doll when I'm all done. I'm going to use a big sister body to work on and then just transfer the outfit on when I've completed it. I have my blue, purple, and black tulle here so I can get started on the gown. I'm going to use probably a black cotton underlayer for it. I have little bits that I can use for the white embellishments on the shoulder, and I'm hoping this comes together really well. Let's get sewing. So here I have my circle skirt. I want it to be super full underneath the tulle. I'm going to layer probably a tulle petticoat underneath and lots of tulle on top, but I need it to be a full skirt to add to. But I don't want a lot of bulk at the waist, so I've made it as small as I can. That way, when I put the black belt on, it's not really thick at the waist. I have lots of extra length, which I don't mind. So I'm going to hem the skirt underneath just so it's finished, even though you won't see it. And then I'm going to layer some tulle over top, but I'm going to do it in layers so that I can try and reduce the amount of bulk right at the waist where it's cinched. So here I am, I have the 6-inch wide rolls and I've cut some purple and some blue, and I'm layering them kind of as I see how they look in the pictures. I want the purple and blue underneath, I want black on top for the most part, with having, it seems like a little bit more blue poking out in the photos. If you guys search up the photo, I'll put it up on the screen as well. So when you look at it, you can see that there's certain sections that are more blue and a couple where the purple seems a little bit more dominant. On her bust, when I get to it, there's kind of a different color scheme on each side of it, and I'll go over that when it gets closer. But I just love how it's the different colors peeking out. So it's one of those things where this doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm just going to play around with the colors and do it in layers to get it super full. Add the black and blue where I need it, and I can always add more as I go if I feel like it's not full enough in a certain spot or the wrong color is peeking out and that kind of thing. So let's continue playing with this tulle, get it layered up, and see how it comes along. So here I'm going to take the pins out that I have, and you want to make sure you get them all. I'm not going to lie, there have been times where I found some jammed in somewhere I didn't realize they still were. So make sure you grab them all. Sometimes do like a little sideways grab test. Not this way. Where is this one? Somewhere. There we go. Okay, so I have all the pins out. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim this bit of tulle above where I stitched to make it thinner at the waist. I want to add more tulle, so I don't want this added bulk where the belt is eventually going to go. So I'm just going to carefully trim the excess. Okay, so it's a little bit thinner at the waist. I'm going to add some black as well. And you do need more tulle than you kind of think you do, but I'm still going to be gathering the waist a little bit as well. So it is going to still stay pretty full, and I will make this look better, I promise. Okay, so I have cut some pieces of black tulle. I have cut 2 different lengths because at the back of her dress is a bit of a train. So I cut some the same length as the purple and the blue, and these pieces are longer, so I'm going to focus on those more at the back of the dress and work on it that way. The nice thing about tulle is you don't have to worry about it fraying or anything, so you can cut these a little longer than you need and just trim it if it ends up being way too much, which tends to be my habit. I like a really long gown. So let me start placing these, and what we'll do after is kind of gather the skirt. I want to put it together and kind of get it combined, and I can always add more tulle by hand stitching underneath if I feel like it needs more fullness somewhere. So let's get working on that. So I've made a simple bodice. I will be adding all the tulle to it, so I don't need it to be anything fancy. It's going to be all covered anyways. And I'm going to attach it to this skirt. This I just gathered with a needle and thread. I didn't use my machine for it. I just kind of wanted the control of being able to use my hands and do it. So I'm going to attach these two. So then that way I can start working on the tulle on the bust and the sleeve and the embellishments, and then kind of finalize how the tulle sits and everything. It's going to look a little all over the place right now, but once I get it all together and finish all the details, it'll look great when it's done. Okay, so I have the bodice attached. I'm gonna mark where this belt is gonna sit. It's just a piece of ribbon I have here, just so that I know where to start the tulle on the bodice. I just don't want it to be super bulky at the waist. When I'm done doing the bodice details, I'm gonna add more layers of the colored and black tulle over top to hide where the bodice is attached to the skirt. So we're gonna get started on that. All right, so when you're looking at the bodice, maybe I'll put the picture up in the corner as well. One side is more black and blue, and the other side is more blue and purple. So I'm going to try and mimic a little bit of that detail. And this is just kind of an extra, just the edge of the tulle gathered at the top from what I can see anyways. So we're going to see if we can get these details down. Well, I guess it's voiceover time because my sound disappeared on me for this video. So you can see the dress is a little loose. So what I want to do is actually attach the belt in order to kind of hold it in place, because I tried to attach the sleeve at the back and it was pulling the dress up too much. So I want to hold it where the waist is going to sit. So we're going to sew that down in place and then finish off the sleeves. So for the belt, I'm going to use this faux leather fabric. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it like the belt in the photo. And we're really going to cinch her waist underneath where the tulle peeks out. And I'm going to attach it at the back with snaps. And it's just going to hold her waist in super tight. Okay, so I'm sorry that I didn't record some of the in-between steps that I did, but it was just kind of looking like a massive tulle in the video, and I figured you guys weren't going to be able to see a lot of the details of what I'm doing. So she's standing on a little bit of a 45 right now, but I have kind of the flourish done up here. I have it figured out the way that I want. I want to tidy up this little detail here. I don't want to see the black thread where I stitched everything down. And I'm going to add some layers here underneath the belt to really, really get the shape that I want. I'm probably also going to make a tulle petticoat for underneath to make sure it's nice and super full, just like the photo. And I have to add the white embellishments that I've mentioned before. So from here on out, I'm going to try and record as much as I can, and hopefully you guys will be able to see, even if I get caught on the dress a million times, because tulle likes to stick to each other. So we'll see how I get along with this. Okay, so I have done the black tulle on the upper layer close to the belt. So now I'm going to do the embellishments for the white part. I decided that I'm going to keep it somewhat simple. So I have this lace with a bit of a pearl trim down the center, and I'm going to kind of sew it down in a way to make it look like it's more of an embroidery. Then I have these little rosettes, and I'm taking the green off the back. They just pop off. So I'm going to sew it down to sort of mimic embroidery as well. I'm going to attach those. Then we get to dress Mother Roo and show her off. All right, I have the gown. I have the tulle petticoat for underneath. Everything looks a little haywire right now because it's tulle and it sticks out like crazy. And I have Mama Roo. So we're going to put this all together and show you the final result.